Hello and welcome to the Holding Core Podcast. My name is Aaron Hertzog.
I'm Gregg and Aaron.
Hey, and we're back. I told you guys that we'd be doing this semi-regularly.
Yeah. We told you.
Huh?
We told you.
Yeah, we told you so.
Yeah?
Yeah, I bet you didn't believe us.
Yeah. But we're back, and we're for real this time.
Yeah. How do you feel for doubting us?
Don't doubt.
I let my haters be my motivators. I'm motivated to do this podcast once a month with my buddy Greg.
I like that phrase, I let my haters be my motivator. It sounds like it should be a poster with an eagle on it.
It sounds like something one of your weirdo characters that you created for bedtime stories would say.
Yeah. Is that like is that an actual saying? Did someone say that?
I didn't just make it up, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
I don't know where it came from. Miley Cyrus, maybe?
Alright.
Or Chris Brown. One of them.
Okay.
It's either Miley Cyrus or Chris Brown.
Okay. I barely know who either of them is.
Miley Cyrus is Billy Ray Cyrus's daughter.
I know that much. And is she still on the Disney Channel?
Chris Brown is Jim Brown's son.
Is he really?
No.
Oh.
I made that up.
He's the dude who hit that woman?
Yes.
Yeah. Was that Rihanna?
He is a violent... He is a violent woman hitter.
Okay.
But makes great pop tunes.
Okay. Well, that's all that matters. On the way up, because we're recording tonight in your Brooklyn mansion.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We're in my Brooklyn mansion.
Yeah. What neighborhood is this?
Bushwick.
This is Bushwick?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I saw Bushwick Bill.
Greg, no.
You live with Bushwick Bill?
Should we give the address? Should we let listeners know where I live?
Yeah. That's what we should do. Yeah. But, it's good that your other roommate, Bushwick Bill, is living large still.
Yeah.
To this day.
He's blind in one eye.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah. I
That's
forgot
a fact.
that fact.
That is a fact about Bushwick Bill.
Yeah.
So how have you been, Greg?
I've been good, Aaron. I've been good. I've been real good. Busy. Keeping it busy. Keep it for real. Just living it minute to minute, day by day. That's how you live the dream. You don't let your dreams get too far ahead. That's how I say.
It's good. That's pretty good. Do you live one day at a time? Or are you taking them more than that?
I live like more 3-4 days at a time. It's kind of more how I live.
How do you do that?
You just do it.
You just have to believe in yourself?
Yeah, just believe in yourself. Believe in, if you believe in a higher power, a deity, you put your faith in them. And then, you know what? You climb that ladder.
How are you eating 3 or 4 days at a time?
Eating 3 or 4 days?
Yeah, it's like...
I usually eat just 9,000 calories in a sitting, and then I don't eat for another 4 days.
So you're like a bear.
I'm a bear.
Like a mini version of a bear.
I'm training for Survivor. I actually am training for...
Have you ever applied to be on Survivor? Because I feel like you have to if you haven't.
I have not, and I will. I've seen every episode of Survivor. Did you know that about me?
I didn't, but that doesn't surprise me.
Survivor's like my favorite television show ever.
My dad loves Survivor. You guys should hang out and watch it.
Do you know the theme this year on Survivor?
Survive.
No, it's awesome. It's blue collar versus white collar versus no collar.
What is no collar?
Like freaks.
Like beach bums?
Yeah. They had a guy who was a coconut salesman who wore a feather in his hair.
He has no collar.
When he began, he was like, "Namaste, everyone." Like, it's all like people who say that, or like have like white guys with dreadlocks.
Yoga instructors.
Yeah.
Juice enthusiasts.
Yes. It's all people. There's a guy there was some YouTube clip of a guy and his wife singing at a gas station from like 2 years ago. That was like everyone put on Facebook that day.
That's a really good theme.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Like there's a villain. There's just white collar inherent villains.
Yeah.
Blue collar and then you have like the hippie group that like you probably like some of them and some of them you can't stand.
Oh, I hate all of them.
It's
I was talking with Alana about that, and our friend Liza loves Survivor too, and we were talking about like what tribe we would be on, or like more me because they don't want to be on Survivor, and it was like I would be on no collar, right? And then as soon as I saw no collar, I would be the first Survivor contestant to kill himself on the show. I would just be around these people like, oh, you're a coconut salesperson, oh, you're a body surfing enthusiast, okay, you see that cliff? I'm jumping off that cliff into that whirlpool. So I want to ensure that I have nothing to do with you people. I'm just gonna, and I don't.
That's an extreme reaction.
If you saw these people, you would agree with me, because you would be put on that tribe too.
No collar?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. I have a desk job.
But for white collar, all their jobs, it's Yahoo executive. It's all these middle manager goons.
Corporate.
Yeah. Former talent agent.
Corporate stooge.
Yeah. Yeah. Corporate stooge. Yeah. And you wouldn't be on blue collar. I wouldn't be on blue collar.
I wouldn't be on blue collar.
I'm not work.
I've never done anything with my hands in my life.
An oil, and then it was really.
They have to be crushing the show, though, right?
No, it's still early. And they
because they probably do some challenges that fit one group and some challenges that fit other groups.
Yeah, the real physical ones they're real good at.
Yeah,
but then socially, a bunch of them are kind of inept. There was a hairdresser with a tattoo on her face.
Alpha, and they all want to be the team leader, probably.
It's more it's really funny because it's when they told the troops it was this theme this year, when they told the participants white collar, when they first met, they immediately got in a team building circle because one of them is an HR rep, and they did that thing where you're when you start your new job that you hate, you're oh god, I just give me my password already.
They played a name game.
Yeah, it pretty much that.
I'm Silly Susan. Remember my name.
Very similar to that. And then the blue collar tribe was hey, we're the people who made America. America's made on our backs. It was a postal worker said that.
I built bridges.
Yeah.
Did anybody get mad at what team they were put on? I'm a construction foreman. I work in the trailer.
Well, there was on no collar a woman who was deaf. So she had those big hearing aids, and she hated being on that team because she was more ran a nonprofit about hearing loss or something like that. So
yeah, that doesn't sound very no collar.
Yeah, so she didn't fit in, and then she cried. She kept on crying all the time, and she said the rest of the tribe hated her because she's deaf. But then the one guy who's kind of the leader of the tribe because he could start fire, and he's a chilled out.
He was the leader because he could start a fire.
He's the chilled out surfer bro. He was I don't hate deaf people. My mom's taught me sign language. My mom's a certified sign language teacher. I know plenty of deaf people.
But then somebody else took the lead because he could make a wheel out of stone.
But no, it was funny because the dude with the feather in his hair, the coconut salesperson, and literally his name was Vince. It would say Vince, coconut salesperson. And what a job!
Because they can't just put a homeless man.
Yeah, they can't just put trust fund. Yeah, pickpocket, and
artful dodger.
Yeah. So he was he tried to bond with one of the girls on the tribe because he's like I could sense your aura that we're of the same smile. He said something horrible
we're
that.
We're of the same smile.
Yeah, and then she.
How many times did that get that dude to bed to sleep in for the night?
Oh, I know. Sadly, and then so he was let's be an alliance, and she was okay, because you just say that you don't say we're not, and I'm not in an alliance. You just tell everyone who approaches you, oh yeah, I'm in an alliance with you. That's great. So. Then this guy Vince saw the guy. His name's Joe. He saw him make fire, and also, and Joe who made fire also.
Joe make fire.
He also made their loft, they're
He built a treehouse.
He built their shelter, and then Vince was I don't trust his aura. And then he's and then Kathy likes Joe more than me already. I can tell she has feelings for him.
When she looks at him, she glows pink.
Yeah, it was all stuff like that. It was so funny. So yeah, move over, Rob Cesarino. There's a new Survivor podcast in town, and you're looking at it.
I don't know who Rob Cesarino is.
He's he's considered the greatest Survivor contestant to never have won.
Oh,
and he has a Survivor.
Is he Boston Rob? Is that
no?
He's
no. Boston Rob got him voted off an episode. He is not Boston Rob.
Oh, okay.
And Rob Cesarino has milked that for all it's worth.
And now he does a podcast.
And now he's a Survivor podcast, and there's ads from Stamps.com or stuff like that.
Oh, that sweet Stamps.com money.
Yeah.
Why go to the post office when you can print postage at home? See, we can do it.
Yeah.
Stamps.com. Holler at your boys.
Yeah.
Greg, we should talk about basketball a little bit.
Eventful.
It's March Madness. And I know we don't usually talk about college basketball, but we're going to spin this. Yeah. We're going to spin it into pro basketball by talking about the draft.
Have you watched much of the tournament?
I don't watch college basketball at all. The first weekend of the tournament used to be my absolute favorite weekend of the year, and I just kind of fell out of watching college basketball, and I catch a game here or there, but I don't get into it.
Because I used to like college basketball more than I liked the NBA, but that's changed over the years.
Yeah.
And the tournament kind of cements it because college basketball, like the tournament's awesome. It's so much fun.
It still is. Yeah, it's still awesome and fun.
But the basketball sucks. It completely sucks. It's unwatchable garbage. Most of these games. There's like almost every game. It's like it's like not almost every game, but probably a good percentage of the games have been finished like 59, 54. Can we score a little bit? Can we not milk the clock till?
Well, I mean, that's what it is. Especially
so
opening
boring.
round games when teams are trying to pull upsets. They
that's the
they
only
want to
way
hold the ball. They don't want a lot of possessions because they're not going to run with a team that, you know.
But I have a new favorite college player. I forget his last name, but he's probably... I forget his first name, but he's probably...
Did you forget both his first and last name?
I know his last name. He's probably...
I know what he looks like.
The 19th center from Africa with the last name Njai.
Mm-hmm.
And he is 7'6".
Who does he play for?
The University of California Irvine Anteaters. So that alone, and they were playing whoever they played him tough, and he's actually good. Like he's not. If he gets the ball, he can score.
I watched the compilation video the other day of guys who can dunk without jumping.
Yeah, it's a great list. But Aaron, this dude, he made a good play. This Njai guy, he's 7'6", and he started doing the Wojau.
Nice.
He started slapping the floor like he was Wojau. It was my favorite thing I've seen in the tournament so far. So someone from Mashable or of the like should totally gift that for me, please, because I haven't seen it yet. So, but yeah. Anyways,
but I want to talk about because they're our favorite team, and we're probably going to talk about them more.
Every month.
All the time.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Sixers draft scenarios.
Which you're obsessed with.
I'm obsessed. I can't. I go play. I play the lottery generator online every day on ESPN. I'm looking at things. So, who do you? I'm going to ask you questions that I want to answer. First thing, I think Sixers potentially can have 4 first-round picks this year. They're probably going to get 2.
Yeah, I forget how that works already.
Maybe 3. So, okay. So they have their own pick.
Yeah.
They have the Lakers if it's not top 5. It's going to be top 5.
Yeah.
Unless two teams are going to have to jump the Lakers and the Sixers in the lottery, which would kind of suck for the Sixers.
Yeah. By jump, you mean do worse than them.
Well, no, because, the Sixers and the Lakers are both going to have bottom 5 records.
Yeah.
So a team who has a better record is going to have to jump them in the lottery.
Yeah.
Is going to have to get, like what happened with the Cavs last year.
Yeah.
So that's going to have to, 2 teams are going to have to do that, and that would suck. Because if the Sixers end up with the 5th and 6th picks, that would suck. I'd rather them get the 3rd pick and not the Lakers pick than 5 and 6. Because I think there are four great players at the top of this draft.
Who are your 4?
Okafor, Towns, Moutier, and D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like...
Top 4, if they get a top 4 pick, they'll be all right.
I like 3 of those 4.
Who don't you like? You don't know anything about Moutier?
Yeah, I mean, I know he was big coming out of high school, right? But then, there's not... Is there any high school... Were there any high school to NBA point guards that ever did anything?
Well, I mean...
Telfair was garbage.
Yeah, but, I mean, he went to He went to China because he didn't want to play in the NCAA for a year.
His free throw percentage,
which I love. I hope every top recruit does that. I hope every single top recruit from now until ever goes overseas for a year instead of going to the garbage NCAA. I hope.
Yeah, free. I mean, free yourselves.
Here's the thing. I have two scenarios for the Sixers, and I'm gonna spell them out for you right here.
Okay.
Number one is dream scenario that will not happen.
Yeah.
But it would be amazing if it happened, but I know that it's not. And then two is a more likely scenario. Dream scenario is that dream scenario involves them drafting Russell this year, so he can be their two guard.
He's a
good shooter.
He can pass the ball.
He's a good shooter. Signing Leonard in the offseason.
He's my favorite player for them.
It's not gonna happen. No. It's not gonna happen. And then it gets even more pie in the sky. They get Russell Westbrook next season. Because I mean, technically, they have the cap space to do that.
They have the cap space to buy another team.
Yeah, technically they can do that. Yeah. So then their starting five in 2016-17 is Russell Westbrook, D'Angelo Russell, Kawhi Leonard, Embiid, and Nerlens. And then that's the year that Dario comes over. And then they still have
they still have like Ish Smith or someone.
Yeah, and Covington's coming off the bench. Yeah,
Robert.
That's the quickest scenario to them being great soon. Something like that happening, and it's not going to happen. No. They're not going to get Leonard. He's not leaving. Jimmy Butler is maybe a possibility, but I think the Bulls are going to match. I think the Bulls have the cap room to give him a max contract. So I don't think he's going to leave Chicago. And then they would have, like, Oklahoma City would have to be like, we're done. We got to blow it up.
Yeah.
Which is a possibility.
And then
I think that's a possibility.
The thing the Sixers also can do, right, is to any of, like, the really, really giant free agents out there.
Did I call him? No. Okay, no. I always worry that I call Russell Wilson, or that I call him Russell Wilson.
You went Westbrook. You went Westbrook. But so like what they can do is to one of the big free agents, like, hey, we want you, and then name your teammate
for next year
because we have name whoever you want us to trade for them.
They're totally in a position to do that
$8 billion
with draft picks and money. They can totally do that.
Yeah.
But who's out there that's willing to do that?
You need a guy.
It's going to have to be Westbrook. I think Westbrook is a possibility. If something happens with OKC,
you never know.
I think that's a real or him and Kevin Love end up going to LA.
Which would suck for that draft pick.
The Sixers draft pick?
Yeah.
But that won't happen
this year.
Kevin Love might go there this offseason, but Westbrook would go there the year after.
Yeah.
So that draft pick's going to be... They're not going to get it this year, and it's top 3 protected next year, so they're probably going to get it next year because the Lakers will not. They'll do something to not be a bottom 5 team next year.
But here's the thing, though, right?
They're going to do something. So that draft pick's probably going to end up mid-first round.
But there's also that pick. There's also that thing about like how free agents, like, no one wants to come play with Kobe.
Well, yeah, but he's almost done. Kobe's an old man. Like, Kobe's only got a couple years left. So anybody who goes there, if they get top-tier free agents, it's going to be their team, and Kobe's going to have to deal with that.
He can't deal with that.
But he's going to have to. If he wants to win another championship, he's going to have to be the second guy on a team, or the third guy on a team.
I know Dwight Howard's like a pain in the ass. Like, he seems like a total pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But he still is, even though he's hurt and not a step slower, the best defensive center in basketball, probably.
Marc Gasol.
Oh yeah, Marc Gasol. Yeah, who I love.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what I mean, right? You know the Spurs might get Marc Gasol.
The Spurs?
Or they want him. That's who they're
the Spurs want Gasol. Yeah. I don't think he leaves Memphis, though.
No, because he grew up there.
He grew up there. He went to high school there. He became a star there. I heard, everything that I say is something that I just read somewhere, but...
you didn't hear it from your NBA general manager sources?
No, I don't have any sources, but they're probably not going to get Gasol. LaMarcus Aldridge is a possibility. He went to school in Texas.
Yeah.
And I think maybe like a LaMarcus Aldridge Wesley Matthews combination goes there. And then they just retool, and they just are good forever. Like the Spurs just keep going.
I would be fine if the Spurs were good forever.
Well, it's not always going to be Pop.
Yeah.
You know? Like it's not going to be the same Spurs that are good forever.
And I love that his coaching tree is the one that's taking over the league right now.
Yeah.
With Buds in Atlanta. Kerr, he's part of the coaching tree. Like,
Philly's coach.
Yeah.
Brett
Brown, I love that's because with the Sixers, they're they play so hard. If I know people clown on them all the time, but if you watch every game of theirs, I've watched, I didn't watch every game. I watched a lot of their games, and it's you see what they're doing.
Yeah.
But they just don't have the talent.
They just don't have the talent to do. Yeah.
But you're just oh yeah, I can see the Spurs ball movement in this. I can the Hawks sets.
Yeah.
It's not quite there yet. They don't have because the Hawks have the Hawks will run 3 sets in 24 in a possession. They have option A, and then if that's taken away, they have their secondary one, and then they have another secondary one, right? But the Sixers don't have the continuity.
Well, they don't have the options.
Yeah, they don't have the options to do it yet. But you can see with their first set, and then when they do a second set, you can see
things that would be there if they had the players to pull it off.
Yeah, here's the pick and roll, and then you know what the hammer play is, that's the Spurs play where Manu will throw from the baseline pass, he's in one corner, and then whip it all the way to the other baseline. That's the hammer play. And because the guy on the opposite baseline, on the opposite end of the corner, comes off a screen, a decoy
a double.
screen.
He does that double screen.
Yeah, to get open in the corner. And I've seen the Sixers run that 3 times this year, right? And it's that's the Spurs
play.
legendary play.
And the Hawks do that.
And the Hawks, that's Kyle Korver, the Kyle Korver specialty play. Because every good team tries to do the corner 3 sets. Yeah. You see the Sixers trying, and now they're totally firing the ball all the time.
Yeah, but so dream scenario is probably not going to happen. Secondary scenario just has them. I think I want them to get Moutier.
You want Moutier?
I want Moutier. I think he's the.
He played 8 games
in China.
Yeah, he was hurt the whole year.
Larry Brown loves him. That's good enough for me. And I think he has the. Since they probably 99% won't get Russell Westbrook, I think he's got that potential to be a guy who can take over a game. He can be like a Derrick Rose, a Russell Westbrook, a get to the rim kind of point guard.
I kind of think the fact that he played 10 games or something like that this year, and his free throw percentage is 58% in China, is but he did play in his team's playoff game.
Yeah.
And he had a triple double by halftime or something like that.
I think he.
But I read the book on.
And he's not playing a lot of minutes. No. Even when he was. Yeah.
But I read there's this awesome book about Chinese basketball, and it's the numbers any American player puts up there are it'll be the biggest NBA a guy like Orlando Johnson or someone like that. And you're it's a 10-day guy.
Yeah.
Or a guy is
well, Stephon Marbury is playing there now, and he's killing it.
Yeah, and Stephon Marbury couldn't play on any team in the NBA.
I think his team just won the championship.
Yeah.
And
he's a beloved icon in China.
Yeah.
Which is the ultimate ending to the Stephon Marbury's story.
He becomes a beloved icon in China.
Yeah. But we also, the Sixers last night, I didn't see the game. Did you see the game last night?
It's just highlights. No, I didn't watch the game.
Because as much garbage as the Sixers get for tanking, the Knicks are even.
The Knicks are so much worse.
Yeah, and I have grown to absolutely hate the Knicks because they get so much attention for nothing.
New York, it's the Mecca of basketball.
Yeah, you won 2 titles 30 years ago.
And then and they went out and they got superstars.
Yeah,
and they still didn't win, and they're complete. Yeah. They're the worst team in the league.
And their superstar is my least favorite player. Carmelo Anthony.
I liked him so much in college.
I liked him at Cuse too. Yeah.
I loved Carmelo at Cuse, and I liked him at Denver. I liked him in Denver. I think that's kind of the arc for everybody when it comes to Carmelo. It's like they really rooted for him. He was like something special coming out of college. Everybody wanted him and LeBron to be that next like Bird Magic rivalry. Like coming in the league at the same time, and then as soon as he like forced his way out of Denver to come to New York, everybody just turned on him.
Yeah, and then, well, I'm totally fine with turning on. Did you read that article, the ESPN article? Like I'm obsessed with.
I didn't. I've heard a lot about it. I actually haven't read it.
Like this dude, right? He's just like all about his dumb brand, like branding himself. Like,
yeah.
There's like that photo of him like on the top of a skyscraper and like some suit
like in his
with
corner
a cigar.
Office. Like.
Yeah, and it's like it's like this like Jay-Z poser thing he's trying to do. I'm like, dude, what are you doing, man? And
and I think that and that's what we're here to find out this week.
Yeah,
with our
like,
guest.
I didn't mean to like slide on our. We should have our guest introduce herself.
Well, I thought usually a host introduces the guest, but I mean, sure. Yeah. Hey, welcome to the podcast.
Oh well, thank you for having me on. I love your setup here. It's very high tech. This is very mellow. All of this right here.
Is that a good thing, being mellow?
Oh, being mellow is the best. This is mellow. The e-cigar that I brought. Do you mind if I smoke my e-cigar in here? It's
just vapor, right?
It's vapor, and it's also so much more than vapor. It's mellow. It's definitely mellow.
Yeah, when somebody says like a e-cigarette and they're like, oh, it's just vapor, I picture like an old Southern woman like, oh, the vapors. Sorry, that's my bit. That's my little bit.
So the Old South is less mellow, so maybe we can move on. Hi everyone, listenership. My name is Chelsea Handler Peretti. I am brand manager for Mr. Carmelo Anthony. And here to spread the good word about This Is Melo.
So, because Melo, the first time I saw this was at, like NBA All-Star game, like they were showing players and they're doing their signatures on the camera. Mm-hmm. Melo signed his name on the camera. This is Melo.
He loves cameras, anything high-tech, really. Cameras, scanners, Xerox machines, any of it. It's all Melo, and it all gets the This Is Melo literal signature of approval.
Does he zune?
Does he Zune?
Yeah, does he Zune?
Oh, he Zunes, he iPhones, he iPads, he Fitbits, he does it all.
Does he Kindle?
He Kindles, he candles, he...
What is Is that a new app?
It's, you know what, I really shouldn't speak out of turn. That's something that Carmelo is working on right now. It's one of his new investments, and I really bet it was not very mellow of me to reveal that a little too early, but the press release will be coming out next week.
About is it CANDL?
I really can't say.
Oh, come on! I want to know.
I really, it is Candle with a K.
Is it just a flashlight app on a phone?
Okay, yes, you've got me. It is, but we're very excited. We're very excited for it. And again, I can't really reveal too much. It was again not. This was not mellow. This was not very mellow of me to put that out a little early. But we're all just so excited about anything mellow, everything mellow. Trying to get the brand out.
What makes something mellow?
Well, I mean, it's the thing is, with This Is Mellow, it's just anything, everything. Really, I mean, we're focusing on tech right now, but it's basically
because
some people get it, some people get it, and some people don't. But most people do because we did such a good job branding that it's just This Is Mellow. So yeah, you get it.
I think it's like really, really like I don't want to slide on your work. Like I'm sure you've, like you were telling me before the show, you have a couple online MBA degrees.
It's all very mellow.
Yeah, and but it seems really, really like, I don't know, something really transparent about, it's like in that article, it's like he wants to be the first tech investor NBA player.
The tech is extremely mellow right now.
Technology
might be more mellow than basketball is at this point.
Is that does tech stand for technology?
Yes, tech is shorthand for technology. Yeah. Using the shorthand of words, that's very mellow. This is all mellow.
And then there's also, be short for Tekken.
But now his official website is thisismellow.com.
Thisismellow.com. The web online, anything online, that's
mellow.
That's mellow.
Yeah, because there's like all these articles like
this is going online, right?
Yeah.
Oh, good. This is mellow. Good.
Yeah,
we're mellow.
Yeah.
Great. I'm so happy because it's like his like website is like this like really. I just gotta say it.
Is it sleek?
It's great. It's sleek. It's mellow. It's very streamlined, very mellow. There's a lot of black, but then pops of color. Extremely mellow.
There's like all these things like seven photos of Carmelo Anthony's latest photo shoot.
Photography.
Photos of
mellow.
the photo shoots.
Pretty much that.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's very meta.
We like to show the behind the scenes.
Of the behind the scenes.
The process.
Behind
is
the
extremely
process.
mellow. And anytime we can share the process and just point to something and say, this is mellow, that all just ties back to the brand. And
it sounds like you're the genius behind the This Is Mellow campaign.
Well,
if I may, genius is a word that gets thrown around a lot.
It wouldn't be very mellow for me to claim to be a genius, but yes, it was my idea. I had a vision, and Carmelo just went for it. He said, yes, this is mellow. I am mellow. Let's go all in on mellow. And then the next thing you know, we had an office. The billboards were up.
What was your kind of presentation to Mr. Anthony like when you were?
You can just call him Carmelo, Aaron.
Well, I mean, he's he's
Mr.
respected.
Anthony is not as it's mellow, but it's Carmelo or just mellow. It's all all mellow, but the most mellow would
when
be
you
called
were
Carmelo.
when you were vying for the job of
yes,
advisor to Mr. Melo, like
it's a dream come true.
What did you bring to the table? Like, what are some other campaigns?
Did I literally bring to the table where we had lunch together? Or?
No, like what did you like? What was your presentation?
Well, I've done a lot of branding work for different sports personalities. My last big was Hubert Townsend, the knock hockey star. You've both heard of him, I'm sure. But I've done a lot of work for Hubert, and I think Carmelo, heard through the grapevine about everything I did for him. And
This is Hubert.
That
was
actually
the campaign.
Was that
huge success in Canada? Yes. Oh yeah. So you've heard of it.
What were like some of like the products? Like it was. This is Hubert tech heavy, or was he?
We don't focus so much on any specific product. So if you two understood branding and business, you'd know that it's so much more than any one thing.
I didn't go to marketing school.
No, you obviously didn't, which is fine. That's why I'm here to explain. In the case of Carmelo, it was this tech thing that he's all about. It's so great and it's so wonderful. But we just sort of stumbled across that. We had This Is Melo first, and now we're able to integrate the tech because we had such a strong brand and concept that it was just of course this tech, that of course This Is Melo, and it all just fits.
So I don't want to throw anybody under the bus or anything. I don't want I don't know. You don't have to answer this.
Well, just ask.
You don't have
it's
to.
not very Mellow to be sort of stalling like this. Just spit it out.
Correctness is Mellow.
Did Melo come to you with like the tech idea, or did you go to Melo with it? Like who was like, hey, what would be really Mellow tech?
The thing,
or was it just something that was so mellow that it was obvious? I'm sorry.
Well, the thing with This Is Mellow is that sort of the process is all. It's not just one specific direction or one specific route or one. We're all in this together.
Sound very specific at all.
We are all mellow. No, that's the thing. It defies specificity. It doesn't need to be specific. it's mellow.
But you're trying to tell the story of Melo by being mellow?
Yes, exactly.
Which means nothing.
I think Greg gets it. Greg is mellow. This is mellow right now.
I'm not mellow.
I think Greg gets it a little more than I do.
This is mellow.
I think I need some more clarification. Can we maybe if you tell me some things that are mellow, maybe I can.
How about you name some things and I'll tell you whether or not they're mellow.
Okay, let's.
Yeah, that glass of water right there.
Mellow. This is mellow.
Why?
Let's just move on. Just next thing.
Chobani yogurt.
Chobani yogurt. This is mellow.
Oikos yogurt.
This is mellow.
But you hedged a little bit on that.
But it's all that's the beauty of mellow is it's everyone and everything, and it's something for everyone, and it defies limits, and it's just perfect. It's just listen to how it sounds. This is mellow. It's instantly recognizable. Everyone knows what it is. You get it. Just everybody gets it.
What's more mellow, Dwayne Reed or Rite Aid?
Equally mellow.
Equally mellow.
They're both mellow.
Yes.
This it's really just
anything within 25 miles of the Barclays Center is mellow.
He plays at Madison Square Garden though.
Anything within 30 miles of Madison Square Garden also mellow.
25. She said she wasn't in on really.
Yeah, that we're really, to be honest, if we could just maybe not focus on the basketball stuff. Basketball, it's mellow, but it's less mellow than some of the other aspects of mellow. So let's just stick with things that are mellow.
A lot of people think that Mr. Mello is maybe concerned too much with this aspect of his career and a little less focused on his basketball career.
Right. And we hear those concerns and we acknowledge that they are mellow. They have some weight. But to be honest, it's not very mellow to criticize people, so we just try to keep any sort of negativity away from Carmelo and just focus on the things that are mellow.
So criticism is
not mellow.
Got it.
So you cannot
being a hater.
Not mellow. Questioning things, not mellow. Having doubt, not mellow.
So just go in.
So
defying authority, or not mellow. Going against dogma, not mellow.
Dogma?
It's like a core belief.
You didn't see that Kevin Smith movie?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
The movie is mellow. The movie is very mellow. Carmelo loves that, yeah.
But he likes Kevin Smith movies?
He does.
I mean, for a movie called Dogma,
Alanis Morissette is God. That's mellow.
What's more mellow, Clerks or Clerks 2?
Ooh, boy, that's a tricky one.
One's in black and white, one's in color.
Original Clerks is more. They're both mellow. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. Both of them. I point
Clerks
to that
3,
and I go, "This is mellow."
in Philly.
Clerks 3 will. If I can make a bold prediction, Clerks 3 probably the most mellow of the trilogy. I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now.
You think it's gonna? Yeah.
I think so.
Be the rare.
It's gonna
third
blow
film
the others
in a trilogy that is better than the other two.
What's more mellow?
Just the fact that it's the third, the number 3, very mellow. So that right there.
Chasing Amy or Zach and Miri make a porno?
Porn, very mellow. So that
of course
kind of pushes that one. But then on the other hand, the name Amy. You can't get more mellow than the name Amy. Yeah. So
Joey Lauren Adams seems very mellow.
Yeah. It's sort of a draw. To be honest.
Okay. Okay.
So, and that's the beauty of mellow too. It's like this is mellow. This is mellow. This is mellow. But they're all. It doesn't matter what's more mellow, what's less mellow.
You just said it doesn't matter, but I have one.
Okay.
Who's more mellow, Heathcliff or Garfield?
Okay. Well, in some important cases, you have to define more or less. That's true. It's helpful for just for us as humans to organize things in our brain. Yeah. You need some sort of order to the universe. So in things like that, we do definitely have to define more or less mellow. Okay. And the answer, of course, is Garfield.
Wow. I would have totally put my money on Heathcliff.
He just doesn't get it, Greg. I mean,
I don't think
Armageddon or Deep Impact.
Armageddon and more mellow.
Well, to be honest, I don't think I'm
way off.
It just seems like a really
White House down or Olympus has fallen.
White House down. I don't know how I can make it any clearer. To be honest, it just seems like you're both just not getting it, and it's just such a clear brand. I mean, I feel like if they did a time travel episode of Mad Men and they zoomed right to the future, you would hear Don Draper coming up with "This is Melo." That's the direction.
But that'd be his new carousel.
Yes. Why is
the carousel idea very mellow? Absolutely.
It's not the wheel. What's more mellow, the wheel or the carousel?
Oh, the carousel. The carousel.
Oh,
but again,
I got it right.
I hate to be ranking them like this, but if it helps you guys understand, I'm happy to do it.
I understand the wheel versus the carousel. Okay. The rest of them, I still don't know how.
I mean, I get all this. I took some marketing classes. Advertising.
Where did you study?
I studied at LaSalle.
Oh, not so mellow. I'm sorry to hear that, but that's okay. That's okay.
How about Syracuse University?
I'm all for education. Education is very mellow. Syracuse University, extremely mellow.
Well, I would hope it is because it's where you went to college.
Mm-hmm. It's the most mellow university. Maybe not just on the East Coast. I would say the world, the universe, even probably the most mellow university in the entire universe.
Is
what's more mellow, Mountain Dew or Mellow Yellow?
If he's not going to take this seriously, I can just leave.
I'm sorry. I was just making a pun.
Sure. Right. Do you have do you have any other questions for me?
I was just making a pun.
No, it's like
you know what you need in your life? You need a brand.
I'm kind of drifting in the wind a little bit.
What's your full name?
Aaron David Hertzog.
This is Hertzog.
That's the same thing.
This is Hertzog.
What's the same Hertzog brand do you think says?
Well, that's the beauty of it. It's just listen to it. This is Hertzog. It says everything. It says everything all at once.
I really don't like where this is going.
This is Hertzog. Just trust me. Look, Aaron, David, this is Hertzog. Just trust me. You're in good hands. I'm going to give you the same treatment that I gave for Carmelo. This is Melo. This is Hertzog. I can see them just going hand in hand and like just a coupled brandom of beauty, and this could unite the world. This could solve the crisis in the Middle East.
Wouldn't get mad?
Is Hertzog. No, of course not. It's collaboration, extremely mellow.
Do you think Aaron...
Do you want an e-cigar? Would you like an e-cigar?
It's just vapor, right?
It's just vapor. You just go ahead, try one. Carmelo just gives us boxes. We just give this his latest investment. Oh, that. Look at this. This is Hertzog. That looks good on
It's
you.
lighting up.
This is Hertzog. Yep. Mm-hmm.
The candle app.
Like the candle app. That's exact. See, he gets it.
Synergy is mellow.
Synergy is mellow.
Synergy
Cheers to
is
that, friend.
Hertzog.
This is Hertzog.
I really don't like where...
It's a whole new paradigm, and it is Hertzog.
I really don't like where I see this going.
You see
Why?
This is Hertzog. That's
because it's like look at Carmelo Anthony. He's we liked him. We both liked him when he was a college basketball player.
And now you like him even more now that he's more defined what he is.
Because when he was a college basketball player, he didn't have all this branding or a team yet. He was just a kid who loved basketball.
Just a kid, no direction, didn't know what he was doing. Now he's focused. He's mellow.
I do need some more focus. Mm-hmm. I mean, I do.
What are you doing? You're here. You're in Bushwick. You're with this guy. You've got this again great setup, very mellow. But we need to move into this is Hertzog. But you need to focus and define yourself. You have to think about your legacy. What are people going to know you for? They're going to know this is Hertzog you continue.
This podcast, maybe?
But no. This will be done again. So happy to be here. It's really it's adorable what you two have done. But it's not mellow. And I tell you what, I'm not sure it's Hertzog. I'm really not sure it's Hertzog. I think you should move away from that. Focus on this is Hertzog. Just come with me.
Just like Mr. Melo moved away from basketball and is moving towards
Exactly.
Melo.
We need to focus on your brand because you're Mr. Melo. He's got only maybe 5-10 years left as a basketball player before his body gives out. It's just a useless flat. So he's got to focus on his legacy and his brand. You podcasting. What is that? You've got maybe 2 more years of this. So before, there's no future in it.
Podcasters don't have an old timers day.
No, there's
podcasters
no longevity.
Also don't have ACL tears.
It's I don't know. I'm feeling sore just sitting. It's an incredible
amount
of sitting.
I've heard it's not good to sit for very long.
You two don't even have a standing desk in here. Not Melo, by the way.
Standing
desk would be very Hertzog, wouldn't it? It sure would. Come down to my office, take a meeting. Hertzog. We'll hammer it all out. But I'm feeling very good about.
Do you think it rolls off the tongue as easy as this is Melo?
I can't say this, but I will. It rolls even more. This is Hertzog is possibly more Melo than Melo. Okay. No, I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass. I'm just trying to inflate your ego.
It sounds like you're blowing vapor up my ass.
No. This is Hertzog is the new. This is Melo. I'm going to make you bigger than Madison Square Garden, which is where Carmelo Anthony plays.
See, the thing is like why I'm kind of against this kind of obsession.
Mm-hmm. No, finish your thought.
Thank you for letting me finish my thought on the podcast I co-host.
You invited me on for my expertise, but go ahead. Sure, just doubt me openly.
Greg, you're not being very Hertzog right now.
Well, it's like my...
Exactly, now you're getting it. This is Hertzog. That is not Hertzog.
Yeah, but it's like my...
Finish your thought.
My whole thing with endorsements and athletes and product and the whole obsession with branding is you lose your personality into this
I'd say
created image that isn't who you are.
But I'd say his personality is more defined than ever.
This is Melo. That is his person.
Exactly.
That is his personality. That's
just
who he
this
is.
Hertzog.
How is he losing? He's losing himself into himself. It's still himself. He's not losing anything.
It's kind of beautiful. It's like a rebirth.
He's becoming but he's becoming this image in order to sell things.
He always was. He always was that. And if people want to buy stuff that he's offering, they're just buying a little piece of him.
Excellent points.
They're just buying a little piece. They're buying a little piece of Melo. They own a little piece of Melo.
And someday,
so people can own a little piece of Hertzog.
We're right
people
on the
can
same page.
People can buy a little piece of Hertzog.
We're exactly on the same page, which is, if I may say it, very Hertzog. So just.
That's very.
I don't Aaron.
There shouldn't be any more doubt in your mind, Greg.
Well, no, there is.
I mean, I'm gonna put myself out there. I'm gonna be like, hey, this is me.
This is Hertzog.
Buy me.
Buy Hertzog.
You can own me. Mm-hmm. You can own. This is Hertzog. You can own Hertzog.
He's a product. You know what?
I'm yours. I'm yours. I'm yours for the buying.
Let me just write up some
definition
paperwork
of selling
right
out, Aaron.
What did we say about negativity earlier? It's not very Melo, and you know what? It's not very Hertzog. Aaron, what I'm going to do for you, I'm going to draw up a contract. I want you to sign it, and then, I'll officially take you on as a client. Although I don't really like to think of my clients...
You're offering to represent?
Well, I don't really like to think of my clients as clients, and but also not as friends. I like to think of them as products, and I do everything for my products.
I'm going to be your product?
You're going to be my product. This is Hertzog.
This is Hertzog. This is Hertzog.
Just sign right here.
This is like contract, a total deal with the devil.
Your contract just says this is Hertzog.
It does, and all you have to do is sign. All you have to do is write, this is Hertzog, therefore acknowledging that the above is Hertzog.
Wow.
And then you're in.
And then I can be your product? I can be your property?
Property, product, they're pretty interchangeable. We'll let the lawyers settle out the semantics and the legalese.
I don't see anything that could go wrong with this.
No, there's absolutely nothing that can go wrong with it.
So you agree?
Exactly.
I'm being sarcastic. Which is definitely
sarcasm. Sarcasm is not Hertzog.
For a second, I thought I was like, he gets it. This is Hertzog. And then he revealed that it was sarcasm.
Sarcasm is not Hertzog.
With Miss Handler Peretti here. Mm-hmm. And you're going to let her shape who you are.
Yes.
I mean, right now I'm shapeless.
That's how I got
Play-Doh. I'm Play-Doh in a can.
It's how I got the nickname Handler Peretti, because I'm so good at handling my clients. That's where the handler comes from. I mean,
that's just a nickname?
Oh yeah, it's just a nickname. My given name is Chelsea Peretti. Handler is
Chelsea Peretti.
Mm-hmm, it wasn't very on brand for me. The repetition wasn't very on brand, so I adopted the nickname of Handler.
Okay. Well.
Anyway, we're getting off track. Yeah. This is Hertzog. Sign it right now. Put your old TIH, this is Hertzog, under it, and we can get started.
I mean, before I sign anything, I do like to...
Yeah, you should probably read the paper. There's not even paperwork. It's just
there's a paper. It says this is Hertzog. Yeah. And then there's a thing that says
it's paper. He needs to sign it.
Aaron,
signing his work.
Look, okay, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it. It says this is Hertzog.
Yes.
By signing this contract, you're giving Miss Chelsea Handler Peretti all control and power over your likeness. Personality.
Just all standard language.
Standard stuff. It just says that I'm just signing everything over to her, which is great because
exactly.
she's gonna handle
the same sort of stuff that anybody would look at and anyone would say. Just when you get your lease for your apartment, I bet you didn't leave the full lease. It's all just standard. It's all just standard.
You're taking my friend Aaron, right?
This is Hertzog, yes.
And you're going to sign him as a client. And you're going to
turn product property. Yes.
Yeah, you're going to turn him from Aaron into something this weird nebulous. This is Hertzog.
It's not weird or nebulous. It's a commodity. It's something that people can understand.
It's who I've always been.
It
represents
just an extension of himself.
But
it's
you've
the best
always
version
been about
of himself.
Friendship and Christmas carols.
Oh, those are good. I like those. Those are very Hertzog.
See, those are Hertzog. She's totally dead on what Hertzog is.
Mm-hmm. I have a very clear vision.
I got an idea, Greg. Try to trick her with stuff. Name things, and she'll tell you if they are or are not Hertzog. And if she's right more than she's wrong, I think I gotta sign with her.
That seems fair, and I'm very trusting in my own abilities.
Confidence
is very Hertzog.
Aaron, no products are you. You're
Greg,
you.
just name.
Kia Sorrento.
We'll name stuff. Yeah. We'll try to trick her. We'll do our best. Yeah. We'll try to trick her, and if she gets it,
if I can't get these, I will respectfully bow out. But I'm feeling very Hertzog right now, so I think
what's more Hertzog,
okay.
A Kia Sorrento or a Ford Fiesta?
Kia Sorrento.
Greg, what do you think the answer? Why? Don't look at me. I don't know the answer. Greg, I need you to tell me the answer.
I don't think either of them is.
He doesn't understand your brain.
He doesn't even know. That was a trick question. Are trick questions Hertzog?
Trick questions not very Hertzog. I would not unless it comes.
She seemed confident in knowing that trick questions are not Hertzog.
You love trick questions.
I think he's trying to confuse you. I think he's trying to brainwash you, Aaron. I don't think this is really your friend. He's not being very Hertzog right now, and I think that it's disgusting.
You're brainwashing.
It is a little brainwashy what Greg is.
You're brainwashing.
You're trying to tell him what
making him this.
You're trying to tell him what is and isn't Hertzog when this is Hertzog right here. This is Hertzog.
I'm not telling him anything about what is Hertzog.
And then you put in those un-Hertzog trick questions.
I want him to be Aaron and just be himself and like.
This is Hertzog. He's doing it. He's doing it already, and we're just going to do it more.
Meatballs, hoagies.
This is Hertzog.
Are they Hertzog?
Oh, this is Hertzog for sure.
See, she knows me. She knows what Hertzog is.
Yeah, but what?
Give me another one. Give me another
one.
Chicken parmesan.
This
hoagies.
Is Hertzog. This is
she knows.
Hertzog.
She knows.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
She knows.
One more. Third time's the charm.
Steak tartare.
Enough of you. You don't know Hertzog. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth.
That was good. That's 3 for 3. She knew that meatball hoagies and chicken parmesan hoagies are Hertzog, and that steak tartare is not very Hertzog. Mm-hmm. That's 3 for 3, Greg.
Just sign it. Just sign the contract.
Don't sign it.
Aaron, signing is not Hertzog.
This lady.
This is Hertzog. The signature.
You signed it, Aaron. This woman is going to control everything about your life.
Welcome to This is Hertzog.
I signed. This is Hertzog.
This is Hertzog. This is Hertzog.
Oh, where do we go next?
This is Hertzog. 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 This is Hertzog.
What?
This is Hertzog.
I'm not saying that.
This is Hertzog. 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 This is Hertzog, Greg. This is Hertzog.
This is Hertzog.
You're totally becoming a brand. You're no longer you, Aaron.
This is Hertzog.
Oh my God.
This is Hertzog. This is Hertzog.
Walking away from this.
This is Hertzog. 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 This is Hertzog.